Yo, what's going on, guys? This is Houston Sports Talk back in the video day, and today the Houston Rockets. We're going to be talking about the Houston Rockets potentially trading for Giannis Antetokounmpo. Let's get into it. Rumors have heated up. I talked about the Rockets potentially trading for Giannis about a week ago, maybe a little bit more than a week ago, and since then rumors have heated up even more because it's been reported that Giannis is open to leaving Milwaukee, and I haven't talked about it since then, so I wanted to talk about it now that we know Giannis is open to leaving Milwaukee. There are a couple of other factors that I want to bring into things. Giannis also wants to go to a team where there's low income tax. You get that in Texas, but here's one thing that makes me think the Rockets' chances for Giannis might not be great. Giannis Antetokounmpo wants to stay in the Eastern Conference, mainly because I think the competition is easier in the Eastern Conference than it is the West, and I think that's one of the reasons why Giannis wants to stay in the East. Maybe he just likes the East Coast. So I think there have been reports about how the Nets and Raptors are two teams that Giannis likes more potentially staying in the Eastern Conference. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I've read from NBA Central and other trustful sources who have posted stuff online. So I think that the Rockets' chances for Giannis might not be great. But here's the thing that I really think about is that the Rockets, they're gonna have to give up a lot for this guy. The 9-time All-Star, the 2-time MVP, 8-time All-NBA, the guy that would be MVP this year if it wasn't for Nikola Jokic and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's greatness. The guy who absolutely killed in the playoffs this year in 5 playoff games in the series against the Bucks. He averaged 33 points per game with 15 rebounds per game, 7 assists per game, 1 steal, 1 block per game. This year in the regular season as an all-star, playing next to Damian Lillard, averaged 30.4 points per game, 12 rebounds per game. Offensively, he was better this year than he was in his 2 MVP seasons. I think the only difference between this year compared to his MVP seasons was I think he was much more of a monster defensively in his MVP seasons compared to this year. It doesn't mean he wasn't good defensively this year, because he was. It's just not as good as he was in his MVP seasons. We're talking about the 2018-19 season, 2019-20 season. If Giannis was, though, he 100% probably would have won MVP over Jokic and Shai. But I think Giannis in the last 2 years has played his best basketball offensively of his career. I think we've seen much better basketball defensively for Giannis in his career, but really the last 3 seasons in general, we've seen this from Giannis, where offensively he's become much more dangerous for the first time. The last 3 years in his career, he's averaged over 30 points per game. He didn't do that before the last 3 seasons. So, I think he'd be a great addition for this Rockets team to pair him next to Alperen Şengün and Amen Thompson. And that's where I get into things about this trade, because the Rockets should not give up either one of the Alperen Şengün or Amen Thompson. And if that's what the Bucks want, hang up the phone. I hate to say that about Giannis but Alperen Şengün and Amen Thompson, they're too special to give up for Giannis. Especially, we're talking about 3 years of Giannis. Giannis will be a free agent after 3 seasons with the team. So it's not like this is 4 or 5 years of Giannis. It's not like he just got done signing a huge extension. He's got 3 years left on his deal. After 3 seasons, he can leave. So but with this deal, as much as I want to believe in Jalen Green, if you can get Giannis for him, send Jalen Green in this deal. And there are not a lot of trade talks where I'm okay with the Rockets trading Tari Eason and Jabari Smith Jr., but I would be okay with the Houston Rockets sending Tari Eason to Milwaukee in this potential deal, because you don't want the Rockets to send away Tari Eason because he's such a dog defensively. Well, you get that back with Giannis right away, and you have Amen Thompson and Jabari Smith Jr. So you send Reed Shepherd, you send Cam Whitmore, and maybe you get back an amazing shooter like AJ Green back in return. I think that'd make it feel worth it. So if this Houston Rockets team were to get AJ Green, an amazing sharpshooter from 3, which is what this team needs, and Giannis Antetokounmpo, for Jalen Green, Reed Shepherd, Tari Eason, Cam Whitmore, as much as I like Tari, Reed Shepherd and Cam Whitmore, and even Jalen Green, even though when he pisses me off sometimes, it would be worth to trade those 4 guys for Giannis Antetokounmpo and AJ Green. And we just throw it, and then the Rockets would throw in the first round picks from the Suns in 2027 and 2029, and maybe one of their own Rockets first round picks. I'd like to see the Rockets keep that 10th overall pick. So the Rockets send first round picks in 2027, 2029. Maybe the Rockets own 2030 first round pick. So 3 first round picks with Shepherd, Green, Tari, and Cam Whitmore for Giannis and AJ Green. I would be okay with that deal potentially for the Rockets, in my opinion. So, but we'll see if that happens. I think it's unlikely. The Bucks can go out there and try to get a deal done with the Spurs to get the number 2 overall pick and some of their young players. So, but this should be the Rockets' offering is Jalen Green, Reed Shepherd, Tari Eason, Cam Whitmore. The 2 of the Suns' 3 first-round picks, and on top of that, one of their own first-round picks, maybe some seconds if you need to add that for Giannis and AJ Green is what I would say for the Rockets in this deal. Let me know your thoughts on this potential trade for the Rockets in the comment section, and peace out.